Hey guys, Brian Gray here. Terrible week. As you heard, Pete Rose passed away. I got to tell you, I worked with Pete incredibly closely for a number of years. Easily, no one has ever used more autographs of Pete on cards than I did. And during that time, I got pretty close with Pete. Um, I'll tell you, we just in 2012, I used 240,000 Pete Rose autographs on cards, which is pretty freaking insane. And over the course of all my years at Leaf, easily 500,000 plus autographs I've used of Pete. But over that time, I would say a good part of them, I sat with him. And I was talking to my friend Ryan Fitterman, who often tells me, who represents Pete, he often tells me that Pete was like a dad to him. And I got to tell you, in that time I spent with him, he really was dad-like. And I thought for a minute, man, maybe he loves Ryan, maybe he just really liked me, but I just think that's kind of how Pete was. But I wanted to share two stories just because I want to remember Pete. And one of them is fantastic. We played a charity game at the Field of Dreams in Iowa with the corn stalks in the fields. And it was a charity softball game. I was on Pete's team. And, it was incredible because Wade Boggs was on my team. Pete was on my team. It was incredible. We're walking out to the field. And as we're walking out, I'm next to Wade Boggs. And Pete is our coach. He's not playing anymore. But Wade Boggs stops, and I stop with him, and he turns around and looks at Pete and says, "Pete, please tell me you didn't bet on us." And I remember Pete cracked a smile. It was incredible. But what I remember more that day is, as we were leaving the game and taking a bus back to the hotel casino, our driver got lost for an hour. And we sat in a huge, beautiful, like luxury bus with Pete and some other players. And Pete basically said, "Hey guys, ask me anything." I was with Steve Grad, as you know, formerly a PSA, now with Beckett. We were together, and I'll tell you, that was one of the best hours ever in this hobby. As Pete answered every question. We said, "Who's the toughest pitcher you ever faced? Was there anyone you were scared of? Was there anyone you think was overrated?" He didn't care. He answered anything. And again, that's Pete too. He's just real. He was always real. Great memories there. But my actual favorite Pete moment I just wanted to share was we were walking through the Orleans Hotel. I had booked Pete for an appearance at the Industry Summit, the Beckett Industry Summit. And as we're walking out, this guy shouts, "Hey, Pete! I hope when you die you make the Hall of Fame someday." And Pete, in only the way Pete could, looked at the man and said, "In that case, I hope I never make the Hall of Fame." It's pretty clever. But the real question we should ask ourselves is, if baseball puts Pete in the Hall of Fame now, that he's posthumously, I don't know if Pete would really be a fan of that anyway. I think Pete would say, "Screw you, you didn't put me in before, don't put me in now." But anyway, I think back on these memories, and I just want to say thank you, Pete. Hope you're resting in peace. Thank you for all you did for us, not just working with us, but also just the time we spent talking, spending time together. You were a great man. Great dude, and definitely on the field, one of the hardest workers ever. And I'll tell you, the hobby and the world of sports is a little lighter today. Hope you guys hang in there. If you knew Pete like I did, say a prayer for his family. And again, Pete, miss you already, buddy.